March 13th, 1993 was probably a normal day for most of you. For me, it was a day that, while I don't actually remember, will always be in my memory. It was the day of my birth. However, for almost half of our nation, it was a day that will never be forgotten, but for a very different reason. Some of you are probably too young to remember, and some of you may never have heard of it. But there are probably a few of you who do remember the winter snowstorm that struck the eastern United States on March 12, 1993, raging on through the 13th and destroying so many lives. Today I'm going to tell you a little about this storm, one of the largest storms in our nation's history. Its size, intensity, frigid temperatures, and range are just a few of its unique qualities. Commonly nicknamed the Superstorm of '93, this storm is still on record today as one of the top 10 worst storms ever to strike America. The Superstorm of '93 is also known as the Storm of the Century. Although definitely one of the worst storms in America's history, it is certainly not the worst storm to strike America in the last 100 years. The '93 Superstorm only manages to hold this title due to the fact that it was in March of 1993 when the storm hit, very close to the end of the century. Therefore, when the 20th century came to a close, it was still fresh in the mind of America. So while worse winter storms are sure to have occurred in the last 100 years, thanks to timing, the Superstorm gained the title. Even though it was not actually the worst storm ever to hit the United States, it was certainly an immense and memorable one, and unique in many ways. While it was indeed a winter storm, there was an amazing amount of thunder and lightning that took place, causing it to be called thunder snow. It was also unique in the fact that while snow was raging, tornadoes were also making an appearance. In just the state of Florida, there were 15 twisters sighted. Striking 26 states in the United States, the Superstorm had an incredible range. It mainly hit the East Coast, but the effects were felt all the way from Cuba to Chicago, Illinois. It broke many records for snow accumulation, low temperatures, and high winds. Just a few examples of these are Birmingham, Alabama, which was dumped with at least 13 inches of snow and reached a record low of 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Boone, North Carolina had some snow drifts as high as 21 feet, and New York was reported to have experienced winds as high as 89 miles per hour, and Florida 109. However, both of these are nothing compared to the 144-mile-per-hour wind recorded on Mount Washington, New Hampshire. For the first time in history, every major airport near the eastern seaboard closed down. Chicago O'Hare International Airport alone grounded 250 flights. According to How Stuff Works, the Superstorm was the equivalent of a Category 3 hurricane, causing a total of $6 billion in damage and over 300 deaths. Interestingly enough, while many states received more snow than ever before in their history, they all could have gotten a lot more. The blizzard seemed unable to make up its mind, and there was a constant change in the weather. It would snow for a few hours, and then rain, and then snow, and then rain. The constant change between the snow and the rain kept snow accumulations down quite a bit. However, it also created a serious ice problem, making everything more dangerous. As the highways and interstates iced up, drivers lost control of their vehicles and skidded off the road, sliding into oncoming traffic. This caused not only many fatal accidents, but also immense delays. I-75 had an 80-mile delay stretching all the way from Atlanta to Tennessee. These are just a few of the many incredible events caused by the snowstorm on March 13, 1993. It seems strange to me that so much chaos was going on while I was born, in the very country I was born in. The Superstorm of '93 was incredible, intense, and record-breaking. After this devastating storm occurred, many of the eastern states made a winter weather plan, so that if there were ever another winter storm to strike their state, there would be some semblance of order, even amidst the chaos. And even though it may not be the actual storm of the century, it is still the 9th worst winter storm ever to strike the United States of America, and the first to ever affect such a large area and so many people.